Here we go.
Now, more Out of the Box on Q1043.
Welcome back. It's Jonathan Clarke, joined live in the studio by two guys, actually three guys, with everybody in the room here. Two guys who've sold between the two of them with their respective groups 50 million albums. Man, that's just crazy.
That's more Tommy than me.
He's
a good. Tommy's got a bigger hat than I have.
Well, it's Tommy Shaw and Jack Blades from Styx, Damn Yankees, Night Ranger, you name it, and now Shaw Blades. Welcome.
Thank you.
Much. Thank you. It's great to be here, Jonathan.
It's it's not the first. It's the second album actually that Shaw Blades put out. You put out one out in 1995, I guess, right?
Yeah,
right.
It's been a while.
What did you say last night?
I figure in 40 years we'll have a box set.
Right, exactly. So, is it pretty much acoustic guitars on the arrangements on this new CD called Influence, or is it?
No, we filled it out and made it kind of full band on pretty much everything, with the exception of Sound of Silence, I think.
On tour, though, we're coming out just the two acoustic guitars and our friend Willa Vankovich,
right,
who plays third guitar and sings with us.
Another beautiful Taylor guitar.
Yeah,
yes.
Right. and so Will's from the band American Drag out of San Francisco.
Okay, cool.
Great rock band. So we just decided to do these great songs that we loved, and now there's drums, there's bass, there's guitars, keyboards, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of acoustic stuff.
A lot of production. Well, like a song like Lucky Man, it's lush, it's rich in production because it has to be to be true to that one.
Well, I noticed on the CD is a cover of Orleans Dance With Me, and congrats, of course, to John Hall. He won the election.
Yes.
Distinguished congressman
from the 19th District of New York.
Something like upstate, and but now Orleans not really known as a down and dirty rock band, but you know what I loved about Orleans songs? The guitars were always so good in their songs. The guitar solos. And in that song, the ending, I always loved the ending of that song.
Now? Is that what you're talking about? Get those potholes filled on this man's street now.
Absolutely, right here on Avenue of the Americas.
I wish he could help me out in California.
Only in America, right?
My street is hurting.
So what about Orleans? Like why that song in
That
particular?
was me. When I went back home during the oil embargo, and my band MS Funk, we just got squeezed out by disco music and the price of gasoline. And I went back and was playing in a bowling alley lounge with my friends from Montgomery that I went to high school with, and they were already playing that song. And I came in, and I got to sing the high part in the middle, and I always liked that. It really sounded good with us singing.
Great harmonies.
Yeah.
And the guys, Jack and the other people who were involved in making the record were asking me the same thing. This song is kind of like the odd man on that record, and but it meant so much to me. Well, one day, Jack's son, Colin Blades, who is a songwriter, singer, and performer on his own, and he came in with this guitar that was completely whacked out, tuned.
Because we cut the song already a couple times,
and we didn't like it.
It just wasn't
right. It
wasn't
fitting in.
Sweet,
right.
Just wasn't fitting in.
Colin came in with this tuning, and I don't even know what it is.
We got to call him and find out what it is.
Because I went.
Yeah.
Of course, that doesn't sound like the record.
Well, it's the same key.
Yeah, but I did that in that low tuning that was like that, and it was like, oh man, that sounds like it ought to be on the record.
So we completely recut the entire song and
put a mandolin solo.
Put a mandolin that we did different harmonies because we just sort of followed the spirit of the song.
Well, mandolin is on the original thing, isn't it? Right? Mandolin is on the original song, I think. Yeah.
Really?
It might be, yeah.
It might be.
Yeah, it might be.
Well, we kind of approached it more from a Simon and Garfunkel, interweaving harmonies.
Yeah.
And we made it our own, and I think we stayed true to the song, but we put our stank on it.
Chrisman liked it.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Tommy sent it to John.
You're going to be doing benefits for the next election, right? Well, it's Tommy Shaw and Jack Blades hanging live in the studio here on Q1043's Out of the Box. We were talking about these beautiful acoustic guitars, so you want to play something off the new record Influence for us?
Sure. Why don't we play you a little bit of Summer Breeze? How about a little Seals and Crofts song? What do you think?
A true classic. It's Tommy and Jack and jamming on Q1043.
See the curtain hanging in the window on the evening on a Friday night. A little light is shining through the window, lets me know everything's alright. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. See the paper laying on the sidewalk, little music from the house next door. So I walked on up to the doorsteps, through the screen and across the floor. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Sweet days of summer, the jasmine's in bloom. July is dressed up and playing a tune. And I come home from a hard day's work, and you're waiting there, not a care in the world. See the smile waiting in the kitchen, little cooking and a place for two. Feel the arms that reach out to hold me in the evening when the day is through. Oh, summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Sweet days of summer. Oh, yeah. Sweet days of summer.
Yeah, some live music from Tommy Shaw and Jack Blades here on Q1043's Out of the Box. The new album called Influence. And for you guys, you've always written like your own songs over the years. So many albums, everything like that. I play guitar occasionally, and when you play some of your favorite covers, it's sort of like putting on your favorite jacket or something like it. It just seems very easy, and it's fun. Is that experience the same for you guys, and just playing some of these old great songs?
Well, it's just like when we started doing this, it was just like the reason we got into music in the first place was sitting around with a bunch of friends with a bunch of acoustic guitars singing Beatles songs. You
Right,
know? I
yeah.
mean, it
Those are
just,
still some of the fondest days of being a teenager. Is first of all, this music is coming to us off the radio and off of vinyl albums, and we're discovering things like Yes. You know, we grew up with the Beatles and the Stones and the blues based, and,
Of course.
and that sort of thing. But when Yes comes along, suddenly there's this orchestral thing with big,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
ELP, you know, I mean, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, suddenly there's this
going to-
progressive music
the
happening.
possibilities suddenly exploded.
Yeah, and it's like you're sort of touched on it. It's like very well produced. This stuff that was like, you know, we heard the Stones, which was kind of raw, and the Allman Brothers still kind of raw, and then this stuff is so slick and well produced, and
Musicianship, you know.
harmonies and vocals are like perfect and just
I mean,
amazing
the
arrangements.
bands that we've been in, I mean, with Styx, I mean, with all the harmonies and all the progressive, you know, music that you guys created, and the same, you know, Night Ranger, full of harmonies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, truly, the record Influence is like the music that inspired us to and made us the musicians that we are. You know, today that wrote all those songs from our respective bands. whether
These
it be
people
Dan
all
Yankees or
paved the
Styx.
way. They
Yeah.
did the work. They
Yeah.
kicked the doors in, and we came in behind.
The earlier artists, they were all influenced by, you know, like, you know, Howlin' Wolf and stuff like, you know, well, here's our influence.